Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome to Goal Line Hockey. It's Kevin Forte, and today we are finishing up this mini-series as we're going through each of the four divisions in the National Hockey League and picking one team that I think could be the breakout team in that division. We already did the Metro. We already did the Atlantic. We even went into the Pacific, but today we are finishing up right dab in the middle of America and the United States and North America in general. We're looking at the Central Division. And today, it is the Nashville Predators, who I think could be the breakout team in the Central Division. You know, they just missed the playoffs last year. They were a team that had a lot of injuries, to be fair, down the stretch, and I think that definitely hurt them. But we saw the emergence of the young guys. But the criticism for the Predators wasn't that the young guys were playing well or anything like that. It was, well, it's kind of mop up garbage time. And, you know, there isn't much pressure on these guys. They're not expected to make the playoffs. And, well, they're kind of just, you know, they're just freewheeling it and having fun. And that's why they're doing so well. Well, I think that criticism is going to be put to bed this season, because I think a lot of the young players we saw from the Nashville Predators will continue to build on what we saw for them last season. That, plus the development of some of the older acquisitions they made this summer. I think the Predators are legit this year. And not to mention they have one of the best goalies in the National Hockey League. I think the Predators are going to be one of those teams that missed the playoffs last year that gets back in this year, and could do that with a bang even, because I think this is a team that if they get to the playoffs could be a really tough out for one of those teams like Colorado or Minnesota or Dallas or whoever ends up being that team they have to play in the first round. I would feel very bad for them, because I think Nashville is not only going to be a good regular season team, but an even better playoff team. So looking at this team, some of the big additions: Ryan O'Reilly, Gustav Nyquist, and Luke Schenn all come into the organization. And yeah, to varying degrees, how good are those guys? Even if they're just good players in the locker room, that could be enough for this group to just get them through the season, because I think some of the talent they have is actually going to come from some of the younger guys. You know, you have Colton Sissons returning. You know what he's about. Tommy Novak had a really good season last year. Hopefully he follows that up. But it's also the really, really young guys. The Phil Tomasinos, Juuso Parssinen, Luke Evangelista. Where is he? Igor Afanaseyev. On the back end, one that I really like on this blue line is Alex Carrier. So there's a lot to like about this Nashville Predators team, and I think that they in mop-up garbage time they played quite well, absolutely. But I think they're going to be able to do that for a full season this year with some of those acquisitions. You know, I said this in my my video talking about where I think the Predators will finish in the regular season. Make sure to check out that video. But basically, I think that moving on from John Hines was probably one of the best moves that the Predators could have made. And bringing in Andrew Brunette, who did really well with the Florida Panthers a couple years back. He did really well with the Devils last season. We know how good things went for them. They went to the second round of the playoffs and did well against the Carolina Hurricanes. But I think that this is a team to watch for with that coaching staff. Now you got Barry Trotz as a GM, which that is sick. And some of those veteran acquisitions, the development of some of those young guys, this is going to be a hungry hockey team this fall. And I think they're going to cause a lot of problems in that Central Division. You know, I think we're starting to see the decline of some of those teams like Dallas, Winnipeg, St. Louis. I think that's going to be a benefit for a team like Nashville, who they're just sticking around and kind of just hanging around. I think they're going to hang around long enough to where they can make the playoffs. I have the Nashville Predators finishing with 97 points, which in the Eastern Conference wouldn't even get you a wild card spot. But luckily for the Predators, they don't play in the Eastern Conference, and they don't play in the Metro or the Atlantic. And I think with the goaltending of UC Saros, the development of some of those younger players, and the veteran blend of leadership with O'Reilly, Schenn, and Nyquist, this team's going to be a problem. I think they could, they might not be winning the division. They might not even get home ice advantage. But I think that in terms of behind the top three, in Dallas, Colorado, and Minnesota, I think Nashville is right there, man. I think the Nashville Predators could surprise a lot of people. They've kind of been rebuilding on the fly a little bit. I don't think that'll be the case anymore for the Predators. I think Barry Trotz made a statement, making some of the moves he made this summer. He could have brought in contracts, bad contracts, to get first and second round picks. He didn't do that. He went out and got players that can help them right now get back to the playoffs. And I think there'll be playoff hockey. I think we'll be throwing catfish on the ice in Smashville in 2024. So, guys, let me know what you think down below. What do you guys think of the Nashville Predators? Do you think they are a playoff team in 2024? Or do you think they will be heading to another season of no playoffs? Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. Guys, make sure to check out our weekly Friday Power Rankings. We'll be going through all 32 NHL teams. That'll be happening in the beginning of the season. We'll be doing our preseason Power Rankings in the first week of October. So stay tuned for that. I'm really excited for that. And, gives me a little bit of time to figure out where I'm going to put everybody and make the Power Rankings graphic and all that stuff. So, guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.